was fulfilling a campaign promise I ran on. Obviously, I ran a very strong vocal campaign about strengthening rural Georgia, and that we really needed to put some focus there from a state perspective. And there's been a lot of people doing that, but I felt like we needed the, power, authority, whatever you want to call it, of the governor's office behind that as well. Being out there listening to Georgians all across the state, talking with the Department of Economic Development, we really came up with a plan to create the Rural Strike Team. And they're going to focus on several different things. Number one, we found out we do not have enough mega sites in our state. These are the 800 to 1,200 acre sites where you can really try to lure a project that will have regional significance, not just for one county, but for really a whole region in our state, much like the Kia plant did over in West Georgia when that community was just in really bad shape, and it's completely transformed that. We need to do that or work to do that in other parts of the state. But a lot of those rural counties don't have the dollars or the expertise to get those sites ready to go. So we're going to bring that from the state perspective of the Office of Economic Development, also partnering in with private sector people like utilities and other folks to get these sites ready so that they're known, and we'll market them, because it's hard to get people to want to go back to rural Georgia or move to rural Georgia if they don't have a great quality of life, like access to good quality, affordable health insurance or medical care, value of life type things, quality of life type things like high-speed internet, not only to help their businesses, but also just for quality of life issues in today's world. And we're working on all those fronts right now. We're working on our pathways and access waivers that we're working with the Trump administration on to do just what I said: have affordable, quality, accessible health care all across rural parts of our state. We feel very good about that. On the high-speed internet side of things, we just finished the mapping project that we've had going on now for well over a year to really see where the gaps are. We gotta move the needle more, and we gotta have a plan to do that. And I think that's what the Rural Strike Team does. And I guess I'm so interested in it because I just love that part of our state. It's just a great place to do business. They have hard-working people, and it's tough because you're losing population in a little of those areas, so you have to really coordinate a lot of things to change that, to be able to produce the workforce that people need or bring that workforce in, and it's hard to do that if you don't have a good quality of life. So there's a lot of moving parts to this, and we're literally focused on it every single day. The other thing that we've been focused on is Georgia-made products. I've been to all regions of the state and almost finished with those tours to really highlight our Georgia businesses, to make people aware in our state, in our country, and around the world that we can make anything for anybody, anywhere in the world, right here in Georgia, and we can do it in any region of our state.